What you're about to see are machines so massive, so extreme, and so rare that they look like something pulled straight out of science fiction. These aren't just tools of industry. They're engineering monsters that bend the rules of what machines can do. Some dive beneath the ocean to rip apart structures that once seemed indestructible. Others carry the power to move mountains, clear railway lines, or lift entire containers like they were toys. And then there are the futuristic machines that push the limits of innovation, combining hybrid power, self-propelled construction, and military-grade durability to accomplish missions that were once thought impossible. Stay with me, because as we uncover these mechanical giants, every section will reveal something more jaw-dropping than the last. Let's start in the unforgiving world beneath the surface, where construction and destruction meet in a realm few machines dare to enter. County Down, Ireland, is home to a company that has built its name on doing the impossible. Ashley Contracts. They're experts in marine civil engineering, handling coastal defense, dredging, and erosion protection. But the real showstopper in their arsenal is something much bigger. Something that doesn't just work near water, but inside it. Meet the Hitachi EX 1200 double XXL triple boom long reach excavator. That's a long name for an even longer machine. This behemoth has been heavily modified for one purpose: underwater demolition. Imagine a skyscraper collapsing into the sea. But instead of chaos, it's a controlled, precise dismantling. This excavator's arm reaches far beneath the waves, gripping and tearing apart underwater structures as if it were slicing butter with a hot knife. The scale is almost impossible to believe until you see it in action, its hydraulic arms tearing apart massive chunks of material that would stop an ordinary machine dead in its tracks. But if you thought that was the king of the sea, think again. Enter the grab dredger Goo. Its claim to fame? A colossal 200 cubic meter bucket that makes other excavators look like children's toys. With one sweep, it can scoop up more earth than entire fleets of machines combined. Whole beaches, massive ports, rivers, and seabeds are no match for Goo. Watching it work is like watching a hungry monster swallow the earth itself. And here's the kicker: it doesn't just dig, it redefines the scale of excavation. Most machines scrape or claw at soil little by little. Goo, it devours, and it does it with a mechanical grace that feels almost alien. But if you think the oceans hold the wildest machines, wait until you see how Sweden reimagined heavy lifting itself. Travel now to Sweden, where a steel mill faced a problem: how to double production without doubling its emissions or costs. The solution came in the form of something no one had seen before: the Mantsinen 120 dual power. At first glance, it looks like a giant hydraulic crane, but its secret lies beneath its skin. This is the world's first dual power track unit, a machine that can switch between diesel and electricity at will. Think of it like a hybrid supercar, but instead of speed, it delivers raw lifting power. In its debut at the Oran Hull Mill, this giant proved itself almost immediately. The mill needed to move 23,000 tons of material in just 1 week. That's not a typo, 23,000 tons. And most of it was lifted using nothing but the electric motor. The results? A productivity average of 435 tons per day, all while reducing emissions and slashing fuel costs. Why does this matter? Because this is more than a machine. It's a glimpse into the future of heavy industry. The Mantsinen 120 dual power shows us that machines don't have to choose between strength and sustainability. They can have both. And this raises the stakes for what comes next. Now let's leave the mills and, dive into the dirt and steel of road and rail. In Canada, a new scraper model has been paired with a 38-ton rockback tractor. Why is this such a big deal? Well, because the scraper's design means it can be transported by road without special permits. That may sound small, but honestly, in the world of logistics, it's a breakthrough. Add to that better fuel economy, lower emissions, and raw efficiency in the toughest terrain, and you have a machine that doesn't just work, it dominates. Shift now to the railway world, where a machine as rare as it is indispensable makes its appearance: the Jordan spreader. For most of us, railway maintenance is invisible. But this monster rolls down the tracks with outstretched wings, clearing soil, leveling ballast, and restoring drainage systems like it's performing a magic trick. Watching it in motion is like seeing a railway breathe again, an ancient iron beast rejuvenated by engineering wizardry. And then, deep inside the blistering heat of steel mills, another hero rises: the Cat 973 track loader. Imagine working in a world where the ground is glowing, where molten slag flows like lava. For ordinary machines, it's instant death. But the Cat 973 thrives here. It moves, loads, and spreads white-hot material as if it were sand on a sunny beach. It's not just a loader, it's a robot forged to stare fire in the face and keep working. Step into the future with machines that, honestly, blur the line between heavy industry and cutting-edge science. The Menyuk M545 screener bucket is a perfect example. It attaches like a normal bucket, but instead of simply scooping, it sorts, filters, and separates soil and rocks right on site. Imagine preparing farmland or clearing debris without ever needing separate stages of work. It doesn't just dig, it transforms the land as it works. Next comes the Carix 3500 TC self-propelled concrete mixing plant. Picture, if you will, a mobile factory on wheels. With electronic sensors, precision weighing, and advanced monitoring systems, it doesn't just mix concrete, it produces it to exact specifications anywhere, anytime. Its cabin offers operators full visibility and safety, while its systems measure everything from humidity to slump to mix readiness. In a world where every second counts, this machine brings industrial-scale accuracy directly to the site. And then there's the Talon 2000, the crown jewel of pipe welding technology. Designed to handle massive thermoplastic pipelines, this machine can lift, position, and weld gigantic pipes with speed and precision. With a self-propelled design, a touchscreen interface, and advanced positioning systems, it's like watching robotics and brute force merge into one seamless performance. Enter the world of machines that don't just build, they survive. The DT30PM Vitg is no ordinary transporter. It's a two-link tracked vehicle armored to withstand the harshest environments. Designed for military and technical equipment transport, it can power through mud, snow, swamps, and even war zones without a moment's hesitation. Its engine roars from a 12-cylinder multi-fuel diesel, delivering torque across both segments of its articulated body. This isn't just a vehicle, it's a lifeline for those who depend on it. But survival also means clearing danger. That's where the Spark 3 Troll comes in, a machine designed for one terrifying purpose: detonating explosive hazards before troops ever arrive. It looks like a strange roller with massive polyurethane wheels, but its mission is dead serious. By rolling over suspected minefields, it forces hidden explosives to detonate. Tests have shown it can withstand blasts equivalent to 26 pounds of TNT and keep rolling. In a world where every explosion avoided means lives saved, the Spark 3 Troll is nothing less than a battlefield guardian. And here's the twist. While these machines protect against danger, the next wave of giants is built to protect our planet itself. Meet the Bee-Bot, a revolutionary beach-cleaning robot developed by Polaro Marine. At first glance, it looks like a quirky vehicle patrolling the sand. But here's the catch. It's 100% electric, powered by solar energy and batteries, leaving no emissions behind. Instead of polluting, it restores. It sweeps beaches, collects waste, and protects marine ecosystems, all while gliding silently across the shore like a futuristic guardian of the sea. Meanwhile, on the farmlands, the scale gets even bigger. The Crone H270MX tractors and their enormous 328-foot-long disc chain look less like farming equipment and more like a moving orchestra of steel. They tear through corn stubble and prepare fields for the next season with breathtaking precision. In one pass, they transform entire landscapes into fertile ground, merging the brute force of industry with the delicate needs of agriculture. And towering above them all is the System 001 irrigation giant. Designed to water vast fields with a single sweeping motion, it creates perfect soil moisture conditions with minimal effort. In a world facing water scarcity, machines like this could be the unsung heroes that feed millions. But innovation doesn't stop in the fields. The next category of machines pushes boundaries in the most challenging environments, our cities and industries. In the tight, crowded streets of Europe's cities, construction faces a unique problem: lack of space. Enter the Liebherr MK88 4.1, known as the taxi crane. Compact, mobile, and incredibly powerful, it's designed to squeeze into narrow streets and set up almost instantly. With an 8-ton lifting capacity and a reach of nearly 150 feet, it can move from job to job like a taxi, bringing heavyweight lifting to places no traditional crane could ever reach. Then comes the Rasen RSC 400 snowplow, a winter warrior that turns blizzards into nothing more than frost. Mounted on heavy-duty trucks, it slices through packed snow like a hot knife through ice. Even the darkest, snowiest days brighten when this machine clears the way. And if you thought cranes couldn't evolve further, meet the LR-1500 crawler crane. Despite being able to lift an astonishing 500 tons, it's compact enough to be transported without special restrictions. Piece by piece, its components are designed to fit on standard trucks. Once assembled, it transforms into a monster of lifting power, carrying loads with precision, and even moving across sites without setting its cargo down. But cranes and snowplows are only half the story. Because sometimes machines are designed not to create, but to destroy. At Hamburg Airport, engineers face the task of dismantling a retired Boeing 707. To do it, they turn to the Kemrock KD's 50 diamond saw. Watching it slice through the airplane's massive aluminum wings is surreal. With surgical precision, it cuts apart what was once a giant of the skies, reducing it piece by piece into manageable sections. Paired with telescopic handlers to catch falling parts, the process looks less like demolition and more like high-tech surgery. Next comes the TZX-225 aerial lift, a machine that can rise over 220 feet into the air. Need to replace stadium lights or decorate the tallest Christmas tree? This lift turns impossible heights into reachable tasks, with compact maneuverability that makes it just as useful in crowded cityscapes as in open arenas. Inside warehouses, another revolution unfolds. Prime Robotics pallet automation systems are transforming how goods are stored, moved, and shipped. These pallet grippers eliminate endless hours of manual labor, stacking and sorting with precision while reducing errors and increasing safety. It's industrial ballet, machines orchestrating what used to take armies of workers. And finally, the Palfinger crawler crane, a hybrid between a tracked vehicle and a heavyweight lifter. Unlike traditional cranes, it can move across uneven terrain, slip into tight spaces, and even operate indoors. Compact but devastatingly powerful, it represents the new frontier of adaptability in heavy machinery. From the ocean depths to fiery steel mills, from battlefield minefields to snow-choked mountain passes, these machines prove that human engineering knows no limits. Some protect us, some build, some destroy, and some exist to reshape entire landscapes. What unites them all is a single truth. They're not just machines, they're titans. Titans of steel, hydraulics, and innovation. And the most incredible part? This is only the beginning. Every year, newer, stronger, and smarter machines are being developed. Machines that will not just change industries, but will change the very way we live. So tell me, out of all these mechanical monsters, which one left you the most stunned? The underwater demolisher? The solar-powered beach cleaner? Or maybe the diamond saw that sliced through an airplane like paper? Let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe, because the next video will take you even deeper into the world of machines that defy belief. Until then, stay curious.